Sunday, and it's the day before tax filing day. And I want to talk to you a little bit. If you haven't filed yet, you probably are freaking out right now. Well, that's the reason why I thought it would be worth it if I talk to you a little bit and maybe explain to you what happens if you forget to file or don't file at all or file late when it comes to filing your tax return. Well, the short answer is that you run the risk of the IRS coming after you for penalties and interest. And actually, the IRS for some reason feels that failing to file is much worse than failing to pay on time, as the penalty for failing to file seems to be a lot stiffer than the penalty for failing to pay on time. However, both penalties are pretty hefty. Now, since you have waited this long to file, I would suspect that you might be a little bit of a free spirit and might feel that, well, what if I file later? Will the IRS really find out if I mail it, a few days after? Well, my answer is this, and it's pretty easy. I'm not really sure. I would suspect that you might be able to get away with it. I mean, rumor has it that the IRS doesn't really bother on checking postmarks, since they are also receiving millions of other returns on about the same time. So you might be okay. You know what? They might not even notice. However, if you file late and the IRS does catch you, the interest and penalties will actually accrue from the actual date, the actual due date, to the postmark date on your return, or on the when you mailed it in. So, what if you file or pay late and get caught? Well, as I told you before, the penalties and interest are pretty stiff. Okay. Thus, if you cannot afford the amount that is due, okay, you should still file your return in a timely manner and try to find and explore an alternative payment option to the IRS. They can help you with this. Believe me, you're probably not one of the only people that have been in this situation before. They have systems set up that they can help you. Okay. In addition, you can also file an extension, which allows you to another 6 months to maybe kind of figure things out. However, you have to keep in mind that just because you file an extension does not give you an extension of time to pay. As long as you request an extension, you must pay at least 90% of your actual tax liability by the original due date in order to avoid any underpayment penalties. So now, what if the IRS owes you money? Well, the rules are a little different here. You should obviously want to file as soon as you can in order to get your money back. But if you're expecting a refund, there is actually no need to file on time. Penalties and interest are based on any unpaid balance of taxes due, okay, not on the money owed to you. So you don't have to file on time if you are owed money. But keep in mind, though, that you only have 3 years to claim your money, or you'll forfeit the money that is due to you. So please file your return. Whatever your case may be, listen, just be safe. File your return on time, pay what you owe, and move on. It's just not worth getting into an issue with the IRS. Okay? So if you want to file an extension, I've put a link down below in order for you to go ahead and print out an extension form and just send it into the IRS. It's that easy. Okay? I'll see you next time.